The OnePlus 8 and the 8 Pro are officially out, and we even have the Indian pricing, which is a lot lower than what it costs in other countries. Now, many of you have been telling us via the comments that you are pretty happy with the pricing and the features that these new phones offer, and I couldn't agree more. The OnePlus 8 will probably be the more popular one of the two thanks to its starting price of 42,000 rupees for the 6GB model. But is it the best choice considering the 8GB variant of the 70 is available at just 35,000 rupees? It's an even bigger price difference if you were to compare the 8GB model of the OnePlus 8, which cost 45,000 rupees. This really begs the question, is the OnePlus 8 a big enough upgrade over the OnePlus 70 to justify this jump in price? And if you recently bought the 70, does it really make sense to upgrade? Now before we go further, I just want to make it very clear that we haven't really reviewed the OnePlus 8 yet, so this will just be a preliminary comparison with the OnePlus 8 and the 70 based on specifications and features alone. I would also like to hear your thoughts on the rising prices of OnePlus devices over the years, and what do you think would be the better pick between the OnePlus 8 and the 70? Let me know via the comments, and as always, don't forget to subscribe and also hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever we have a new video. Now first, let's talk about what the OnePlus 8 does better than the OnePlus 70, and this falls broadly in three main areas: the processor, the design, and the battery capacity. Like most Android flagships in 2020, the OnePlus 8 ships with a Snapdragon 865 SoC, which is faster than last year's 855 Plus chip. It's also more power efficient and supports 5G. Now these are all nice things to have for sure, but I don't think it's going to make a huge impact in your daily life. The increased processing power will let you get higher benchmark scores than those on your friends' smartphones, but even the most demanding apps and games ran just fine even on the 855 Plus from last year. So I don't think you'll notice much, if any, difference in the way apps and games run. Having 5G is nice to brag about, but its actual launch in India is currently unknown and is not likely to arrive in the near future either. The design of the OnePlus 8 definitely seems nicer, especially from the front, as the hole punch display looks premium and the bezels around the screen seem narrower too. Now from the back, it's not all that groundbreaking, as it looks exactly like the OnePlus 7 Pro, but it is different from the circular camera module of the 70. Now going plainly by the dimensions on paper, the width of the OnePlus 8 is lesser and it's 10 grams lighter than the 70, so it should be more comfortable to hold. It's also a hair slimmer, but not by much. However, I'm really excited to see the new colors. My favorite so far is definitely the Interstellar Glow. The third big change is the battery. It's now 4300 mAh compared to the 3800 mAh on the 70. The fact that the capacity has increased and it's lighter is a job well done by OnePlus. We're sure that there would be other minor improvements here and there, but other than these main ones, the rest of the features are actually very similar or even the same as the 70. Unlike the OnePlus 8 Pro, the OnePlus 8 doesn't support wireless charging, nor does it have an official IP rating for dust and water resistance, just like the 70. Both phones have the same size and resolution AMOLED displays with in-display fingerprint sensors, 90Hz refresh rate, and HDR10+ support. Both phones even use the same LPDDR4X RAM and UFS 3.0 type storage, and also support the same Warp Charge 30T fast charging technology. You even get stereo speakers on both phones with support for Dolby Atmos. Now the camera systems haven't changed much either. The OnePlus 8 and the 70 use the same Sony IMX586 image sensor for the main rear camera and a Sony IMX471 image sensor for the selfie camera. In fact, the 70 has a more well-rounded camera setup at the back, packing in a telephoto camera and a wide-angle lens with autofocus for super macro shots. The OnePlus 8 on the other hand uses a dedicated 2-megapixel macro camera, which quite frankly we're not too happy about, in place of the telephoto camera. Video capabilities seem pretty identical too on both phones, with the rear cameras maxing out at 4K 60fps, while the selfie cameras are still restricted to 1080p. It's only human nature to want the latest and greatest of everything, especially when it comes to gadgets. In this case, yes, the OnePlus 8 has some notable improvements over the OnePlus 7T, but are these improvements worth paying that premium over? I'm not sure I'm entirely convinced about that. Had OnePlus kept the wireless charging and waterproofing for the OnePlus 8, it would have made a stronger case for itself at this price. But as it stands, I still think that the 70 would offer much better value for money without having to sacrifice a whole lot. Of course, we will be revisiting this argument once we've reviewed the OnePlus 8, but till then, let us know what you think. Would you be willing to spend over 40,000 rupees for the OnePlus 8 or settle for the 70 at a much lower price and get nearly the same features? We'd love to know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching, and for all things tech, log on to gadgets360.com.